lose all sense of reality and enter another world. Remember, do not underestimate the power of PlayStation.
Driveclub is officially launched on PS4 and things aren't going too smoothly, Greg. For starters, the free PS Plus version of the game has been delayed, but the problems go far deeper, especially considering these problems affect people who actually bought the game. Driveclub can't deal with a high server load right now, meaning that for many people it's playable online, only offline unless there's an opening on the server for them. Evolution's director, Paul Rushchinsky, I think I'm saying that right, noted that the studio is, quote, doing everything we can, end quote, to fix the problems, and the team didn't anticipate having server issues. They're even considering, according to one tweet, some sort of compensation for people who bought the game and can't actually play it as intended. Whether that is actually going to happen or not, or if that's just DLC or something, remains to be seen. New patches should be rolled out shortly that will help alleviate the issue, but right now the game's pretty broken for a lot of people.
Well, at least nobody was telling you weeks and weeks leading up to it that something was wrong with this game. T writes in and says Beyond.
Beyond.
My head is spinning more than your ever-rotating third chair over the problems Driveclub has these days. What impact do you think these issues will have on Sony? Do you think it is acceptable after a whole year delay? What do you think about the fact that the PlayStation Plus edition got postponed? I was so desperate to play Eraser on my PS4, but I wanted to try the PlayStation Plus free version first and then eventually upgrade. Now I'm left with nothing but deep anger. Thanks for your opinions. Winky face emoticon smile. P.S. I thought Driveclub would be a racing experience beyond my wildest expectations. T. There's a whole bunch of problems with Driveclub. Mm-hmm. We were off the New York Comic Con. People were tweeting us about it. Why aren't we writing about it? What are you doing, IG? And we're like, we're in a plane. I don't know what's happening with Driveclub. I can't help you beyond that.
Plane Club.
Plane Club.
Plane Club.
Yeah,
I
man.
play Plane Club.
Just when you thought the Driveclub story couldn't get worse. You know what I mean? We talked. There's been 3. This will be the 3rd consecutive numbered episode where we've talked about the fact that at first we were like, marketing's off. I don't know anything about the sim racer. Then everybody's like, it's an arcade racer. Then in between those, the people who wrote in to correct us, and we were saying that the marketing's so off on this game, we don't even know what it is. Mm-hmm. They wrote in like, no, you're still wrong. It's a mix between sim and arcade. And I'm like, Driveclub's got plenty of problems.
Driveclub's a grease fire, and there are better games out there. So play something else. Buy something else.
Yeah, I mean,
if you bought it, I don't know what to do for you because I mean, I have a lot of sympathy.
Yeah. Oh yeah, totally.
You're just already screwed. Get what you can back and trade in, and go play a good game.
Yeah, what impact do these issues have on Sony? I mean, this reminds me a lot of like a Motorstorm Apocalypse thing, right? Where it was like, we're finally launching this game. No, there's been a there's the earthquake in Japan that screws everything up. They backed off. They put it out later with no publicity, nothing, and it just comes out and dies. Yeah,
I mean, it's not the implications for Sony. I don't know. The implications for Evolution are going to be very serious, I think, and like I mean, I don't know. It doesn't bode well for Evolution. I don't know. Hopefully nothing. No tragedy happens to that studio or whatever. But it's just like if you're looking at where they're investing their money and who's using their money best, and they only have obviously a finite amount of money to give to their studios and to second and third parties, and Evolution already took a year longer than they needed to make the game or were intending to, and then the game doesn't even work.
It's a very public faceplant, and they can't afford that right now.
Yeah, exactly. I mean, like this reminds me a lot, like we were saying of. It reminds me of Zipper. It's like Motorstorm Apocalypse was not Evolution's fault. In fact, that was a good game.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
And by accounts, Driveclub's a good game too. I'm not gonna play it.
7,
if
9,
you can play it,
yeah. But you can't play the game. I don't understand how you could screw it up that bad. Like not only not getting the game out because something's inherently wrong at the core of it, but then like launching it and it doesn't work. And the free version of the game that a lot of people were excited about to try to get them in as more of a Driveclub as a service, or get them to buy the full game or DLC or whatever, doesn't work either. And in fact, it doesn't work so much that they didn't even put it up, and they didn't say anything about it until after the store had already updated, and everyone's like, where the hell is it?
I want to clarify on that. I was pretty hard on it there early. It's a fine game if you can play it. And if you can't play it, then what good does it do you? It's games that don't work are inherently bad. That's...
Jared Petty.
the story, like I always say, the story behind the game is more often than not more interesting and better than the game itself. Uh-huh. And the story behind Driveclub is probably really good because there's just so many unanswered questions about. People were saying like there was they had problems with the the interface and all these kinds of things. I know, but like a year's worth of problems.
Yeah.
For a game that was delayed only right before PS4 came out, and by the way, the delay, if we remember correctly, leaked, and then they had to confirm it.
Yep.
So like it wasn't even like they were planning on saying anything for a while at that point, and then it goes a full year, and then the game comes out and it looks better and it plays better according to a lot of people, and the reviews were pretty good for Driveclub, pretty good. I think in the high 7s, probably Metacritic, maybe even low 8s. I'm not quite sure. I was reading a few of them and trying to catch up on the game. But then, like, slowly, like, you start getting tweets and reading more, and it's like, what the hell is going? Like, why doesn't it work? Yeah. I feel I feel really bad for people that really were excited about this game. That people that really like racing games. That
there was a lot of reason to be excited for it. I mean, yes, it was obviously a development mess, but it looked like a pretty solid, good racer. And what came out was, but you can't get to it, and gosh, that's frustrating.
Yeah, I'm interested to see like what happens with Evolution, and you know if they're able to do a sequel or whatever, or if they're just going to continue to support the game, because we know now from Kaz's, Kazunori's words that Gran Turismo 6 or 7 is coming in hot, and that's going to put Driveclub out of its misery. You know, in terms of like interest in exclusive racers.
Yep. Yeah, racers only get a small window.
Essentially, because I thought that this was arcading. It's not. But the sim, it's not going to be relevant at all.
No, racers are all about what you talked about earlier, modernity. I mean, maybe GT most of all, but all of them bank on being the slickest, the best, the newest for that particular moment, and that window is really narrow.
Well, I mean, talking about windows, I mean, pulling back, games sell the most when they first release.
Yeah.
This game is out now, and all of the news and headlines are it broken. Yeah. So they don't get to. I mean, like you're talking about, like people you feel bad for. SOCOM's a great example. Zipper's a great example, right? That launched, and then the network went down, and by the time the network was fixed, nobody cared about SOCOM. Like you lose that, you have the sales spike and then it drops, right? By the time we get to where there's a story that like Driveclub's A-OK, does anybody care? Maybe the redemption will be the PlayStation Plus version. You can jump in, see what you were missing when that works. But right now, bad taste in everybody's mouth.
I hate to beat on Evolve because I mean the people that work there, the vast majority of them.
Evolution.
I said it's Evolve. Geez, Evolution. Why did I just say that?
Evolve's a game.
Evolve is a game.
You're gonna stab them for their
well aware
too.
of that. Greetings, Internet. I am ignorant. With Evolution, I mean, the vast majority of people who work there are far more creative and intelligent than I could ever hope to be. They're producing products that I could never do, doing things I couldn't imagine being able to do. But as bad as I feel for them in this situation, I feel worse for the people who bought the game and are getting screwed.
Right.
Yeah, no, absolutely. Something went seriously wrong with this game. And that's what I'm saying. Like, I really want to hear more about it, but it really is equivalent to Zipper with SOCOM and then Unit 13. The difference is that Unit 13 was really good and it worked. Driveclub is good apparently.
Do you mean SOCOM?
No, SOCOM. Unit 13 was their redemption game, just like Driveclub is their redemption game.
I didn't understand what you're saying.
Zipper was shut down after Unit 13,
right?
And that was a good game that worked and people liked, although it was a Vita game, so it didn't sell well. Evolution had, through no fault of their own, MotorStorm Apocalypse was basically stillborn. It just didn't do anything because of what happened. And now they got they had their second chance, much deserved second chance with Driveclub. And I just hope that they're able to rectify the problem for the people that bought the game and able to kind of sustain the studio moving forward in an environment where people are not going to trust them. And where Gran Turismo is going to be breathing down their neck. Yeah. And if they, Driveclub does really well, it rebounds, it does really well, it sells millions of copies, and they announced Driveclub 2 in late 2015, early 2016. Well, at that point, everyone's gonna be like, well, Gran Turismo 7's almost here.
Yeah.
So you can tell that the timing of this game was meant for the original release date, and now the whole window is truncated on this game burning.
As the immortal Marshall Mathers reminded us, you only get one shot.
Yeah, he did say that.
Yeah,
Do not miss your chance to blow.
Yep, totally.
Users lose all sense of reality and enter another world. Remember, do not underestimate the power of PlayStation.